Here's a dress form that I bought for my granddaughter. I'm going to make a cover for it. What I have issue with is this edge here and the indent, which is so far for the waist, when my granddaughter's waist essentially is here, is about here. So I'm going to cover it so it reflects, so that we don't have these indents, and that there is a bit more hip, because if you notice, absolutely flat, my granddaughter is not. Anyways, so I'm going to just take care of all that. As I did with the other dress form, I'm going to use polyfill, start with thin layers, then go on to a thicker layer where required, and then cover it all with fabric. I'm deciding whether to use this pink cotton knit, which nobody likes the color, so I thought maybe I'll use it for the dress form, or just one of the Muslims that you see on the wall behind the dress form. I'm deciding. Anyways, so here we go, and the next other films will follow. Bye. First layer is done. It is very close to her size, so I won't have to put on too much more. I'll pad this because there's still the ridge, right? So I'll put a little more here and a little more here. Then I'll make the cover, because we're pretty well where we're at dimension-wise. So basically it's just to get rid of this ridge when you sew, and to give a bit more where her full part is in the back. Now I've got the second layer, second layer on, and like I said, I really don't have to make it too much bigger because it's quite close to her size. What I'm going to do now, I've sewn these strips on where I need them, so I'm just going to shave it to make it relatively smooth. See, I used a thicker polyfiller for this. See how it's kind of sticky, so I'm going to keep the line and just trim it. As smooth as I can. The fabric will help a lot, so touch it. It's not smooth. Thin it out. Here again. And for the backhand, basically, put a strip of this I'm thinning out too, and I actually put, this is the thicker polyfilla, and I actually put a couple of thinner polyfillas between, so there's 3 layers here, and I'll gradually just shape this by cutting the way I was showing you. See, just to make it smooth, and the fabric, once I cover it, we'll do the rest of the work. Now I'm creating the pattern from which I'm going to make the cover for the dress form. Obviously I've decided to use Muslim instead of the stretchy pink fabric. The stretch, it was just too complicated, so I thought that. Anyways, here is the straight of grain in the front, which is easily here in the front. Straight of grain in the front, and to set up the grain on the side, find the grain, the straight of grain, pulling a thread, if you wish, in the middle for the side panel, and then you use a weight and you align it to how that falls, which is kind of a fun thing. And then from there, you do your side panel, and the same in the back. The same in the back, Heidi. The same in the back there. The straight of grain goes straight down the back of the dress, and now the side panel, the straight of grain, comes from, again, the middle and falls with this. Anyways, and this is just It follows the lines that I established already on this layer. And this will be, from here I will draw a pattern, and from that pattern I will make the dress cover. Now I'm going to have a thin piece of cork, and now I'm going to trace the patterns using a tracing wheel with long pointies. I have a piece of newsprint right here. This is newsprint that I'm putting over the cork. Here's the newsprint. Put it over the cork. And on this, and using this wheel, I will trace the lines. Waist and the grain. Now we have little perforations, and from the perforations I'll trace, and I'll true the lines after I'm done tracing all the pieces. Pattern is now made. Here's the facings, main pattern pieces, all made. Now we cut it out of the fabric. Okay, now the cover for the dress form is all sewn up. Here are the pattern pieces, and here is the cover. There's the facing. This is going to be tucked under. And the stuffing will be between the facing and that, so to tuck it in. Same with the arms, there's a facing. Now for the center line and the waistline, I marked it, and I put a very thick thread marking so I can feel it while I'm draping or designing or doing anything, so you can kind of feel it ever so underneath the fabric. Now I just have to put on the zipper. I'm just going to top stitch it, nothing fancy. And then on it goes to the dress form. Here's the covered dress form. Basically the facings, I've done the sleeves already. You just simply tuck this in. I try to get it in between the stuffing and the dress form itself. Now this is a little girl's dress form, so I'm not going to, if it were like for an adult and the form itself I'd be using for a bunch of people, I'd make it so you could zip it on and off, but since this is my granddaughter's essentially, and I don't sew for any other little girl, I'll just, I won't bother making it a zip on, zip off, because basically as she grows I'll just sort of take this cover off, stuff it more, you know, just build on it if necessary. So here we are. There's the shape. I just sort of tucked in the bottom. Everything's just tucked in. And it has the waist. I don't have to deal, I've got rid of the ridges, so it's a bit smoother. And like I said, she wasn't much bigger than the dress form itself. It's just her waist was a little bit lower, so I got the waist there. And again, I put that bit of thread so I could feel the center through the fabric if I have to when drafting, and the waist. and the back is the zipper, so which isn't the best, but it just makes it easier to put the dress form on and off. You know, it could because it does make a ridge, right? But there you go, dress form cover for a for the Dritz my double little girl dress form. Anyway, that's it. Thank you.